What up, guys? We got a rewatch today. I'm on my lunch break and figured I had some time and I wanted to just rewatch. I wanted to rewatch last night's game. So let's look at some matchups here. So over here we got Michael and I'm gonna pat myself on the back because going into this game I said Michael's gonna go Slavs, I said that Spencer's gonna go Teutons, and I said that Braden's gonna go Spanish, and that's exactly what they did. We were nervous that they were gonna do a different build. They didn't, and I was really happy with this. So Michael's got 60 guys on wood, 47 on food, 94 on gold. Bro did not want to be broke this game. So, way to go, young Miguel. And then 8 on stone. He's got enough for 2 castles there. When we look at the sides, let's zoom all the way out. It looks like there's a line right here that we kind of go by. My walling, I walled off right here. We see that Spencer walled off right here, Chase walled off right there, and then Barzy walled off right here. I wouldn't call any of these offsides, but worth looking at least. So that's Michael as the Slavs. Then we go over here to Spencer. Spencer's got 63 on wood, 66 on food, 49 on gold, and nobody going after stone. He probably had finished his stone patches, would be my guess. And yeah, I feel like as the Teutons, I want more food personally, but you know, to each their own. I would say I'd want more food for the Slavs as well, though. But either way, Spencer's back here. He's probably got the most real estate. You see, Michael's got almost no real estate. Like, this is his base. He's having to... Luckily, the Slavs give you an advantage in that your military buildings count as houses. So all of those count as houses for you, literally your whole team. But Michael had to build his houses over here, and he's just struggling finding space is Michael's big problem. I'm almost like wondering if you could come back in here, but man, that's just a far move. So Michael's already kind of on a back foot here. Not ideal. But Spencer's got tons of elbow room. Tons of it. Also, I find it interesting, Spencer has walled himself off from being able to get to Barzy. There's definitely we've got control of the area. And then let's go look at Braden. Braden's got 86 dudes on wood, 26 dudes on food, and 41 on gold. Holy dudes on wood. I'd be cutting that in half and throwing it. I'd want 60 dudes on food and 40 on wood as the Spanish personally, but either way, a lot of dudes on wood. I was scared going into this game. Looking at our side, so Braden's here. And let's look at their trader class. Trades going boom all the way across to boom. So there to there. Not a bad distance. But right here, this you have access to this. And Barzy thought that this was our side. So if you watch the game, yeah, like you can see right here, there's a yellow, these are yellow. But Barzy was building watchtowers because he thought that this was our side. But it's actually their side, and you can see that Braden has built over here trying to get across. Either way, Braden had space, Braden had the cut. I'm really glad that Braden was here and that Michael was not here, because I think that Michael would have been deadly over here. This would have been bad. But he wasn't over here, and so that is what it is. Over here we've got my base was, let's see, actually my base was started right here, and then I went to here, so I kind of claimed all of this. And I went as the Romans. I got 63 on wood, 57 on food. That fluctuates. I think I'm up to like 64 in the game. 76 on gold, Chase is still cooking with 38 on wood, 25 on food, and 27 on gold. Econ-wise, Braden is ahead of Chase. That's interesting. This kid's, I think Braden's gonna pop. I really do, especially if he's got a pocket game coming. Like he's gonna pop. Barzy. Oh, actually, let's go and let's look at Chase really fast. So Chase is right here. Chase has the most space out of all of us. He set up in the middle so that he could swing his cavalry either direction. You know, he was ready to go this way or that way. And it's worth noting, our trade really wanted to go right through where all of his stuff was. So that did happen. But Chase was built up here in the middle, had lots of elbow room for Chase. On the other side, Barzy, who's sitting on 58 wood, 46 food, and 74 gold. Little less food. He was going into the drop being like, I need food. And so he was getting a little bit of help there. Barzy did multiple walls, he wasn't making it easy. And Barzy was having a lot of fun afterwards talking about his wall house setup. So the interesting play there. I always love Barzy's castle surrounded by buildings setup. I think it's the best use of buildings of anyone. So we got Barzy versus Michael, Spencer versus Chase, and me versus Braden. Our mismatches are Spencer versus Chase and me versus Braden, but really it's me versus Braden because Spencer's going to have a hard time getting to Chase from the pocket positions that they're at. So let's get this show on the road. We got 30 seconds left. And I was so scared that they were going to cut, and then we could see that they weren't cutting, and it was like, okay, well, never mind. But, alright, treaty is now up. And the fight has begun. Over here, we've got Barzy getting into Michael for starters. Let's get this on military view. I think that's the right one. So, Michael's building his champions. He's got siege rams. That's an interesting build. Barzy's coming in with cavalry and some infantry. You know, he's a cook. He's what we like to call a chef. And so, way to go, Barzy. But putting the pressure on young Miguel. When we look at military, our team has a lot more military than their team does. They've got more econ than we do. So we'll see how that works out. On the other side, I'm trying to cut it. I didn't have any like heavy duty siege stuff, so I was just trying to cut in here. And Braden's wall just makes it hard for me. And Spencer's getting built over here. It's a little slow. And this is gonna get shot down by this castle, I guess. Oh, so Barzy's putting the pressure on Michael early on. We see Michael's trying to get back. He's building siege onagers and just getting going. On the other side, still just attacking walls. It's a great time trying to get through the maze. In the middle, nothing going on. So our big fight right now is right here between Barzy and Michael. And oh, what a fight it is. So Michael's kind of, reestablished a little bit. It's crazy. He's got his universities in the front because Bros just didn't have room for anything back in here. It was not doing him any favors. And he's moving forward, putting the pressure on Barzy now. On the other side, you see Spencer's setting up. Really, Spencer's setting up all over in the middle. And Barzy has reestablished here on Michael. Michael still looks like he's trying to mass his units a little bit still, and just getting going. And Barzy's just plays mean, man. He just plays mean. On the other side, we got through that wall, we got through this wall. We are on to the third wall! It's a great time. Oh, but I got some trebs going. Over here, Barzy is still all over Michael. Barzy just upgraded his walls to fortified walls. And Michael's trying to pull back his siege rams. I don't know why you keep building these siege rams, Michael, right? Like, right now, you do not need siege rams. You need troops. But, whatever. Who am I to judge? But Barzy is definitely like, the pressure is on Michael. And we are just going. On the other side, they flagged it. I cut around and, you guessed it, he put up another wall. And then he destroyed my one onager, because I really don't use onagers. So I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna change things up. So I bring in some trebs. And now the fun's gonna start on this side. Braden's got a bunch of cavalry, and Spencer's got a bunch of hand cannoneers, and we're gonna see what Daddy's gonna do. Over here, Chase has shown up to help Barzy. Michael is just kind of fighting alone over here. Like, for how much pressure's been on Michael, you know, he's done well. But he's been kind of left to his own druthers. And I guess they're saying that they think they can win over here. But, and the castle went. So, alright, and these guys are going. Over here, Barzy is all over Michael. Just in his face, ragtag, kicking your dick in the dirt, and taking names. Jacob Barzy is all over this, and Michael's got just a little bit coming. He's spewing out this stuff, but Michael needs help, is what I'm seeing. And Braden swings in with a bunch of cavalry. Braden changes, so he put a bunch of dudes on gold, but took guys off wood. Still needs more food. And Chase is... What's Chase gonna do? Is Chase gonna plunge right here? I think that this might be Chase's first plunge. Boom. Chase is going for it. Classic. You know, I hate to tell you, this is a pretty predictable move. Chase will plunge. If Chase can plunge, he is the plunger king. It's a miracle that he's avoided the plunger in our fantasy football league, because bro loves plunging. He's just all about it. So, comes in, and Braden's responding. But here in the front, we've got Spencer holding, Braden over there holding, and Michael is overwhelmed. We've got Spencer sending some help this time, though. Now Spencer's starting to send some help. It took a little bit, but Spencer's sending help. And are these my troops? What are my troops doing over here? Ugh, this is a weird game. It's worth noting, Chase is like this is turning into just a big cluster of ugh. Over here, Chase is still in the back. We see he's okay. So where's Chase going? Chase is starting to raid, is what he's doing. He's just taking out a little bit of this, a little bit of that, kind of going everywhere throughout. But so pressure's on Braden. Braden's starting to get rocked, and we see that Spencer has held this. You guys need to put a hole in this and get these troops up to the front, because right now what's happening is your cavalry, which are a great unit, are just bottlenecking, and it's turning into a problem. So now Barzy's bringing in trebs. Michael's starting to actually cook a little bit, it looks like. Over here. Oh, and Braden's going nuts. We see all these red dots. Those are troops in their trade. So let's let 56, 74, 39. So those numbers are going to keep going down, I would assume. But Braden makes a move here. Takes out my trebs, which is big. And it seems like they've held the line a little bit. Braden's moving forward to build more walls, because he's trying to just stop what's going on. Over here, though, oh, Michael's holding. Like Michael's not dead. Like, the fight's definitely in his face, but he is not dead. Barcy's doing one of these. He's taking it out with onagers from a distance, because this thing's probably shooting dudes. But Spencer has shown up and is really holding. But the problem is still these red dots. All of these red dots are a problem. Well, he needs to get them out and just drop them like right there and let him take out a bunch of Spencer's stuff. Because you can see none of them are rich in food. They do have gold still, so they're not broke. The other side, we're holding. And again, if ever Braden had just been able to cut right here. Like if you just gone right there, boom, boom, boom. This would have been bad. But it didn't happen. The fight was always over here. Meanwhile, here in the middle, Michael has recovered, and he's taken out buildings. He's taken out some of Barzy's military buildings. So we see Michael playing up. So he takes out the castle, and is he going to start plunging in? Over here, Braden is coming in, and Braden has selected some trade cards to fight with his paladins. No, it's interesting. But Chase is sending 3 more paladins to the back. Way to go, Chase. He's gonna go. I wonder if they're gonna die real quick, I bet. Boom, 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 and yeah, those guys aren't gonna last long. So they've kind of cleared out. They haven't totally cleared out the trade, but they've definitely taken a lot of Chase out. Over here on the other side, Barzy is still in Michael's face. He is not letting Michael just have this. And on the other side, it's all just going. So Spencer's supporting. I think that Spencer could have really used a warm-up game. I think that would have been significant to this matchup. Because it did feel like Spencer was talking about he felt like he was rusty. I would agree that some of the play here felt a little rusty on Spencer's part. Just a little slow. Not to be dogging on Spencer, because I think Spencer's a great player. But I think that would have made a difference for him. Look at this beautiful Barzy right here. I don't care. We will never surrender. We will never submit. And Chase has dove in with another, how many are there? It's 30, so, yeah. So, now we're winning military and economy-wise, because Chase has just wrecked them. Spencer's the only one that's got some trade. Michael's is down. Yeah, Braden's base is starting to get wrecked. And we're seeing the difference. But Spencer's still holding over here. And Chase is going in. It's always entertaining to watch Chase do the plunges. On the other side, looks like Barzy has kind of won this section a little bit. And this is probably kind of the beginning of the end, would be my guess. But Spencer's starting to do the YOLO. You see Spencer's prepped. He's got the troops. You got to keep... Don't stop that thing, dude. You keep that thing moving. If you're going to do it, you got to keep moving it. Because Braden is abandoning ship over here. And they've taken out the trade. Which means that this is now their primary trade. Probably really the trade that you want to be trading with anyways is that back one. Unless there's a significant trade number, which is possible. But we're moving in over here. In the middle, Spencer comes in and is doing the sneaky cut. Right up the gut. Problem is all of this has bottlenecked, and so Chase has a ton of troops that are just like chilling here and had nowhere to go. So where do they go? They go right into this fight. Like, sorry, man. Say it, because you got to do some move, right? But Chase had a ton of troops just right here. So didn't work out the way that they wanted. Although it looks like Spencer's doing some work still. Maybe I need to eat crow a little bit. On the other side, Chase has troops in Michael's base. Spencer's still cleaning it all up. We see Chase has troops back here. We see that Braden is building a bunch of troops over here. I'm building forward castles. We've kind of taken out Braden's base at this point. And Barzy just keeps on moving forward. This is just holding, but it sure feels like if Spencer had time, I think that Spencer would win this. Doesn't have time because we're over here. And yeah, we're starting to attack these buildings here. But Braden comes in with a ton of paladins. He's going to take out all my villagers, that dirty rogue. Castle's gone. Over here, Barzy is just slowly winning. And Michael's been just pushed back. And all these reds, there's just reds everywhere. Taking out, so hey, I got stuff in there too. Yeah. Who'd have thought? And Spencer's having to turn to help. Here in the middle, this is probably their biggest hope. Chase and Spencer are going at it, but it looks like Chase has established dominance at this point. Up the middle, and what can go in must come, or what go, if you go in, it can come out. And what's going on? There's all this trade joining. I don't know why the trade's going through here. That's freaking weird. That, who does that? Barzy, why is your trade going to the front? It's weird. But that is the game. Let's look at some stats. Boom. So military scores. Yeah, we're gonna actually go back to the real deal. There we go. Leaving map. Actually, let's return the map just real fast. Again, this section here would have been really big if Michael was on that side. I think that was a difference maker. But GG. Michael played great. Spencer felt a little rusty, but played good. Like, he was cleaning up his whole time. And Braden had a mountain of pressure on him. So, you know, team rear center pocket, hats off to you guys. I was impressed, especially with Braden. I thought that Braden played really well for having played for a month. Like, good job, dude. When we look at scores, Barzy with the military, Chase with the economy, which is weird because his economy was quite small, but I don't know. Maybe it's how much you have at the end of the game or something like that. Technology goes to Spencer, society goes to Spencer, and total score, MVP, goes to Barzy. When we look at these, we've got Barzy killed the most. He also almost lost the most. Michael lost the most. So the fight between Barzy and Michael was like back and forth, like super mean. I destroyed the most buildings. Sorry, Braden. Braden lost 48. Spencer lost 42. So both of them got hit. When we look at economy, Barzy won every single category, and yet Chase won it all. It has to be the amount that you have in the bank at the end. And Barzy received some food from us, but that was about it. When we look at technology, Michael with the fast feudal, Spencer with the fast castle, and the fast imperial. So maybe he wasn't rusty. Maybe I'm just crazy. Barzy with that 69% of the map explored, and the research count at 60. Society points. Spencer built 6 castles. Michael had 5, so they had more castles on their side. Barzy had our relics. Spencer had theirs. GG, guys. This game would have popped out at 1800. Our highest was 1544, which is good. Means that we were rolling here. So until next time, We out!